peeps, my lovely frosty fam, how are you all doing? Oh, this whole virus thing is a bit much, isn't it? But yeah, I've been a bit stressed out. I thought I'd get this video edited and uploaded to give you all a bit of something bright to look at. So welcome back, new people, old people, whenever you subscribed. Thank you for coming to my channel. So I am removing my set that I previously had on, of course, and I thought I would include that because some people like to see how I remove, and especially in these times. Obviously, using an e-file, you really should be trained in it because you can cause a lot of damage if you don't know what you're doing. But essentially what I'm doing is removing the acrylic down to the clear base layer that I always place on my nails to protect them and give me something to file back to. So I snipped the tips off. I'm very careful when I snip the end of the tips off, and that's so that it doesn't crack into my nail bed itself. It cracks up the free edge rather than, you know, into my nail bed. So always be careful at the angle that you clip your free edge from. So as you can see, I'm using a really good e-file bit that whizzes through that acrylic really well. Sped this up because you don't want to watch me for 10 minutes e-filing away, that would be really boring. So I don't really work this fast. Wish I did, but I don't. I finished that bit and I didn't show you all the nails, no point, same thing over and over. Anyway, I will push back my cuticles now, very carefully, very gently. It looks like I'm being very rough, I'm not, it's just because it's sped up. So yes, very gently push back the cuticles on all nails, just showing you a few at a time because obviously it's repetitive, you don't want to see the same thing all over and over again. At this point I will file the free edge, neaten that up a bit so it's not all jaggedy, because that's a real word, isn't it? Jaggedy. Oh, the technical terms you use. Gotta have fun where you can, especially nowadays. So anyway, yeah, I'll just file that free edge, make it neater. It'll also make it easier to fit tips to the nails because I will be using tips. I was actually going to sculpt this set originally. I was going to sculpt Russian almonds, and then I remembered I had these edge tips and I thought, whoa, I haven't tried them. I've had them for well over a year, so I dug them out the drawer, and this is what I did with them. You can see what obviously you saw from a picture at the beginning, and well, the thumbnail, that is, yeah, the thumbnail to the video, you saw what the result was, and I quite liked them. So I hope you will enjoy this video and enjoy this little nail design, and if you recreate it, tag me on Instagram or Facebook or wherever you post pictures of your nails. I'd love to see if anyone else decides to recreate this set. It would be so cool. So yeah, tag me. At this point I use a cuticle bit on my e-file on its very low speed, and I use it on forward and go one side of my nail bed, and then I put it in reverse, and then I'll do the other side of my nail bed area. Well, cuticle area we'll say, you know. We all know it's the eponychium or proximal nail fold. Cuticle is actually the dead skin that's on the nail plate stuck to it. That's, yeah, anyway, still got to stop waffling on about technical terms. Nobody cares right now. I'm using a diamond bit to rough up, well, it's not really rough up, but remove the shine from the natural nail growth, and to also remove any little bits of lifting that I have. I've got teeny tiny bits of lifting, and this bit just gets it off really quickly and easily without damaging the nail plate, because we're not trying to file down our nail plate, we're not trying to thin it out. So as you can see, I will leave that clear base layer on, I won't remove it entirely. just the lifted parts because there's no need to. And then I will use my hand file and just even out the area, which makes a acrylic application a lot smoother if you've got a nice smooth base to work upon. And this is all I do, so it's just very, very gently even out the surface, because obviously when you e-file you can get sort of dips and sort of lumpy. Well, yeah, I suppose it could be classed as lumpy. But yeah, you just whiz over with your hand file, you'll even the surface out. You won't have any high or low bits. Just don't file your natural nails down. Just remember, I'm not filing my natural nails down, I'm filing down the acrylic, the clear acrylic. Anyway, on to the tips. So these are the tips that I bought and had in the drawer for forever and a day. So I'm just sizing the tips up, and I want them to match sidewall to sidewall. And you'll see I'll try a few different sizes on the finger, and then I'll decide on which one. Sometimes you'll be in between a size, so one size will be too small and the next size up will be too big, and so it's better to go with the bigger one, file down the sides so that it matches your nail bed, the width of your nail bed. So it's got to go from side to side, sidewall to sidewall. It's got to fit right the way. So I chose the bigger size. As you can see, I'm filing the edges, and that's just so that I get it to fit right the way across my nail bed. I brush off the dust, apply the nail glue, and stick that on. Now, as you can see, I'm sticking it really, really close to the free edge because I just want less of the tip stuck on my nail. I want these nails to be as long as I can get them. So yeah, I'm sticking them really close to the free edge. And I managed to drop this stupid box, and so when I was putting the nail tips back in, obviously all the sizes are all over the place, so it's not in size order in this box. That's why I'm faffing around trying to find the right size. I couldn't be bothered to sort them. I know we're all in isolation, but I wasn't that bored. I wasn't bored enough to sort my tips. Normally something like that would drive me up the wall. I'd have to sort them out, but at this point I was way past caring. Yeah, didn't care. I can stay out of order. That's going to drive some people nutty, but yeah, I wasn't in the mood to sort them out into size order again. And they don't have little numbers on. Normally on the tips they have numbers on. These ones don't have numbers on, so it makes it even more difficult to sort them, and I was just like, nah, not going to do it. So you'll see. And look, trying to pick them up. Oh my goodness. That was half the struggle, was actually trying to pick them up. I'm not used to this shape on my tips, if you know what I mean. It's a very unusual shape for me to wear. It's good fun. I really like them. I did enjoy doing these, and I'm really enjoying wearing them. I'm still wearing them now. It's really cool. So I have finally applied all of the tips, and now I shall use my e-file and a sanding band to blend the edge of the tip into my nail bed, and I'll also rough up the rest of the surface, and I'll also thin the very, very free edge, because I found the end of these were really quite thick and I knew I was going to be encapsulating bits in it, so I did file the ends to just thin them out a little bit. I didn't want a big thick tip, and then once you've had the acrylic on, you know, for it to be really bulky. I didn't want that, so yeah, I filed the actual very, very end of them and thinned them out a bit. Good old e-file, makes it a lot quicker. when I'm blending the nail into the nail bed, I'm not going on the nail bed with the e-file, I'm just going over the tip itself. I'm not filing into my natural nail. Well, I've still got some acrylic on, so I wouldn't anyway, but that's just something to bear in mind. Make sure you're not touching the nail bed area, just the nail tip. I don't know if you guys heard that banging sound. Goodness knows what my son's doing. He's in his room playing at the moment. So I thought I'd get this voiceover done while I've got a relatively peace and quiet. Hubby's out riding his bike, getting some exercise. So yeah, I've got a little bit of quiet. I thought, ooh, let's see if I can get this voiceover done before the madness begins. Once I've finished blending those chips in, I start with my application. I think I did off camera yeah, I did. I applied a clear base layer before I turned the camera on. I totally forgot to turn it on, and I'd already applied my clear base, so please forgive me. I don't know why I forgot to turn it on, but I did. I've already applied a thin clear base, and now I'm using a nail bed colour, and I'm fading that down to just over where the tip meets my natural nail, because I just wanted to hide that. I wanted clear tips, but I wanted to hide where you could see the natural nail coming off the free edge. Yeah, where the tip joins. I don't like to be able to see that, so I used the nail bed colour to sort of hide it, but I didn't want to make it a French, so I just fade that pink. It's a what colour did I use? Oh gosh, I can't remember what colour I used either. But it's, yeah, any nice nail bed colour, and fade it down a little bit, but don't bring it down too far because you want your tips to be clear. Well, I did anyway. So I'm just masking the middle of that, where the tip joins my free edge. Disguises it nicely. I'm doing the same thing that I did with the little finger, the middle finger and the thumb. They're all the same, essentially, with the nail bed colour on first, and then we'll see what I do afterwards to make them a little bit different. Well, the middle finger is different. Teeny tiny beads I'm using at the moment. Feathering that down, cover that where you can see my free edge, cover that up, mask it nicely, feather it down again. So yeah, just little beads. I like to work in little beads. I've got more control, for me anyway. I find it easier than using big beads. So onto the thumb, and again going in with that nail bed colour. That bead was a little bit dry, so going with another bead that's better consistency. Bring that down, feather it down again, pat and press. Wasn't happy with the way the cuticle area was looking, so just added a tiny bit more. And I'll have a look and make sure that my natural nail is masked totally, and add where I need. Again, you know, feather it down but not too far. We want to keep that tip as clear as we can. One last look and check and make sure it's all the way I want it, and then I'll move on. So a tiny bit of clear acrylic, and I'll use that to adhere these cute little butterflies. I've got some iridescent ones and some sort of pastel-y, neon-y type colours. They're not quite pastel, but they're not quite neon. I don't know what you'd call that. Light neon? Pale neon? I don't know. Bright pastel? Yeah, well, anyway, these cute little butterflies, I think they're beautiful. They're lovely. again in with some clear, and this time I am adding some of these Fimo fruit pieces. Now these are quite thick because I bought these ones pre-cut. Now if I'm cutting Fimo sticks myself, I would cut them a heck of a lot thinner than these are. These are really thick, but yeah, I do manage to encase them okay. So whilst that clear layer is still wet, and if it's not, I'll add a little bit more clear acrylic. I'll add some of these neon glitter dots in between the Fimo pieces. And I didn't have to, could have left it without those dots actually. Would have looked quite nice with just the fruit pieces in the clear. Looking at my nails now, I'm like, would have looked quite cute if I hadn't have put those glitter dots in. So yeah, if anyone tries it, let me know. Tag me. Oh, and I'm also using some of this finer neon-y type glitter. I don't know why I did that. Didn't need it, but I felt like adding it, so I did. I just wanted a nice, cute, bright set of nails just to cheer me up. And they actually do. It sounds weird, but every time I look at them I smile because I really like them. They're nice and bright and cheery. So same thing on the index finger that I did on the little finger, adding a small bit of clear acrylic and sticking some of these cute little butterflies. Stick them on. And again on the thumb, clear layer and cute butterflies. Just picking up different colours and sticking them on. Obviously they'll stick to the clear acrylic and it'll hold them in place once I cap. I'm trying to fit in as many butterflies as I can. Thumb is a bigger surface, so I could fit a few more in. Cool. Now I will wet those nails down with a little bit of monomer and cap them. So I'm adding quite a wet bead of clear first of all, and that way it comes out clearer and it sort of fits over the glitter pieces without leaving air bubbles. We don't want air bubbles, especially when we're doing a clear tip set. So yes, cap all of those beautiful butterfly pieces. Cap them to protect them. And whilst I'm capping, I'm also still paying attention to the shape of the nail. So yes, I'm building my structure and everything, but I'm also paying attention to the shape of the free edge and trying to keep that sloped triangular shape there, not lose it too much, because obviously we want it there when we're filing, So wet bead to go over those Fimo pieces to get in between all those little grooves. And then I'll cap it from the cuticle area right the way down. Again, making sure I get my structure in. I add as many beads as I need. I will look at the nail from all angles as usual. Make sure that I've got enough acrylic everywhere that it needs to be, of course. Don't want it everywhere all over my fingers or anything, just where it's needed, where it's supposed to be. So as you can see, I'm paying attention to that triangle. I'll sort of swipe it down the spine to push it down the sides, if that makes sense. Trying to keep that shape as best I can to make it easier when it comes to filing, to bring that shape back. Checking the nail from all angles, making sure I don't have any dips. Sorry about my head getting in the way. I was really looking them over closely. Can't help it. Sorry. My head got right in the way there, but you can still see. You can still see. Sorry if it distracted you. I'll cap that index fingernail. Again, I'm still paying attention to the shape of that free edge, trying to keep that triangle there, keep the spine there. The last thing you want to do is add a load of clear and end up with rounded nails when what you needed was that sort of sloping triangle look, you know. Try and keep that shape going. Need a little bit more, so of course I'll add it. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but my son's obviously playing with his cars and he's giving the old oh, so cute. Oh, he'll hate me when he grows up. Taking the mick out of him, bless him. He was a sweetheart. Not easy for him. My son's actually special needs, so this whole pandemic, it's all just, yeah, it's hard on him. Bless him. But we're surviving. Almost finished capping this thumbnail now. As you can see, I pat and press and try and keep that shape. That gorgeous triangle. I'm really enjoying this shape. You know, it's so different for me. This triangle thing, edge nails, they're so cool. Such a cool shape. But I really want to try Russian almonds next, because this is very similar to a Russian almond. So I'm going to have a go at sculpting some Russian almonds on my next set, definitely. Oh, we're on to the rainbow nail. So on the ring finger I've added just a little bit more of the clear acrylic because it looked really thin. I needed just a little bit more. And then I will use a smaller brush. So this is like a size 6 I think it was, or a size 4, I can't remember. But anyway, it's a much smaller brush. I find that easier when I'm using just small amounts of acrylic, because I'm not picking up much acrylic at all, and I don't want to use a large brush because that's just going to waste a load of monomer. So yeah, I use a smaller brush and I'll make my diagonal swipes of colour. So I've used that blue colour first. These are all neon colours that I've mixed myself. You know me, I mix my own colours. So yeah, I used the blue first, then I used the purple, and I'm blending them in together as they meet, if you know what I mean. But I'm not too bothered about it being really blended, if that makes sense. Just a nice smooth transition between each colour. So I'm sort of going over, slightly overlapping the colour before, the previous colour that I put on, should I say. So overlap, so where I'm going in with the orange now, I'm overlapping slightly on the pink and blending it a little bit to make it a nice transition between the colours. So cool. I haven't used neon colours in a long time, so it's really quite excited to do a neon set. Well, it's not a neon set, but the ring fingers are neon. So as I'm bringing these colours down the nail, I do want to make sure that the part of the tip is going to be clear as well. So that's why I'm not bringing it down the entire length of the nail. Again, I'm paying attention to that spine in the middle of the nail, not trying to build up too much bulk so that I don't lose the shape. So I will need to cap these obviously. otherwise I'd end up filing that rainbow away. I don't want to do that. I'm just blending those colours where it needed a little bit more blending. This is the last colour of my rainbow, which is the neon green, and I'm just blending that into the yellow a little bit. And now adding a little bit of clear on the tip and some of these gorgeous butterflies again. Spread them around a bit. Get them where I want them. A few more. These didn't want to be picked up. Don't know what was wrong. Stabbing my brush on them and they just didn't want to be picked up. And then I'm adding some iridescent glitter in between the butterflies, and I'll use some along in between some of the colours of the rainbow. You'll see that in a sec. There we go. So just a tiny bead of clear acrylic to pick up this iridescent glitter and just add it on. This was just a bunch of different iridescent glitters and mylar and pieces that I'd put together and shook up in a pot. Make this mix. So I wasn't trying to pick out the big pieces, I was mainly picking up the smaller bits, so I didn't want huge bits of mylar on this set. Once I've finished doing that, I shall cap this nail, and then I will file and shape and top coat. Yay! Capping that nail now, and I did brush over with monomer a little bit, just to dampen it down. Obviously don't drench the nail, just dampen it down a little bit with monomer, then go in with clear, and it just goes on smoothly that way. We're still paying attention to the shape of the nail, trying not to lose it too much. Trying to cap it evenly. And as usual, looking from all angles, making sure I don't have any low bits. I don't want to make the nails too bulky, but I do want to give enough clear acrylic for me to be able to shape them. This is a shape that I've never done before, so I wanted to make sure I had a good sort of barrier between the acrylic and the clear acrylic and the file, so that I don't lose my glitter pieces. Now I've only shown the filing on one nail because this was so awkward. As you can see, I'm really struggling to get the right angle to file the free edge. It's so awkward. It's on yourself, it's really difficult to get the angles right to file the very free edge. Really awkward. So I file the free edge, and then I'll go around the cuticle area, and then I will do the side walls. That's it. Got that cuticle area looking decent. Oh, needed to do a little bit more around there. So very gently around there. And now I will do the side walls. And at this point I'm paying attention to the shape of the slope of the triangle, the spine, if you know what I mean. So I'm filing upwards diagonally sort of into a triangle. Oh, it's really hard to describe, but you see what I'm doing. I'm filing one side, then I'm filing the other side, and then I'll do the body of the nail and sort of blend that in as I go towards the free edge. Again, trying to get that sharp triangle going. The far one side, check it. You can see how I'm angling my file to try and get that angle right, you know. Edge nails are so cool, but they're a pain in the butt to file. I will say that it did take me a little bit to perfect these. I wouldn't say they were perfect, but yeah, to get the shape satisfactory, it did take a bit of faffing. And you know me, I faff at the best of times, let alone with something like this. So you can see how much time I'm taking on this one nail to file it into shape. And that's all I did. I took my time with these, just really carefully filed them as best I could. Trying to make that free edge, both sides of that free edge match. It's quite awkward, it's quite difficult. This is definitely not a beginner easy type of set. Definitely not. You have to have a bit more skill to get this filed in and shaped right. Good fun though. It's a challenge. It's worth challenging yourself sometimes. Always up for it, learning something new. And it was a learning curve. Definitely. I think having done this, I think I'll be more comfortable with the Russian almond now. Oh my gosh, I hope you guys can't hear that. But that's my little boy with his cars along the floor. It's got wooden floors, so yeah, you can probably hear it. I'm sorry if you can. We're all at home now, so not much I can do about that. Everybody's in lockdown. Pops has just come in, so excuse the noise from him as well. But we're nearly at the end. I'm finally happy with that nail now, and I'll go off camera and file the rest, dust them off, wash my hands, and now it's time for top coat. And I'm using my Gloss Like a Boss from the beautiful beautiful nails. Gutted she's not selling this stuff anymore. It's discontinued. Never mind. So yeah, top coat these puppies and we are done. So I will top coat underneath the nails as well because they are clear tips. I have left a video at the end showing you the finished result and some photos. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, peeps. I hope you are safe and well and that your family is safe and well. And yeah, come back for the next video. I will try and get another one edited and uploaded soon. So come back for that. So take care, peeps. It's bye for now, and I'll speak to you again soon. Parecen de un universo muy lejos pero del nuestro, con ese sabor a miel. Vamos a hacerlo una noche, la luna mirará y las estrellas verán que brillará. Primera vez que yo vi esa foto en Instagram, pues te seguí, el resto ni que contar. Aparte de eso, le gustan chicos traviesos y de eso tengo hasta el pelo. Yo creo que lo demostré. Tú lo que quieras, yo lo hago a tu manera. Si mueves esas caderas y bien pegadito a mí. Y sé que hay muchos pretendientes que tienes pero no los ves. Porque solo ves uno y ese hombre lo hace tan bien. Las horas o segundos y solo al lado de ti, besándote, mami.